I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, brand new, like the Benson. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision on the road. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to
Crazy ain't the word.
nigga, I ain't kidding.
It's psychotic.
I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens.
See the spot, that shit, man. That nigga put up the lighting. That nigga made sure that shit like a whole set. Like this nigga orchestrated this bitch like a fucking. Bro, you gotta think this shit like some. This shit like some secret society shit, bro. This shit like some shit from back in back in the days, like when bitches used to do demonic shit. Like you feel me? Just set the stage like blood on the walls and shit like that. Like,
Yep. And you know what I was thinking about?
Little smoke coming through. Bitch, little sculptures, bitches hanging out off the ropes and shit like that. Bitch probably in that bitch on some real, like I can imagine that shit. Like he's so fucking creative. So like you can tell how sexual the nigga is. Yeah, daddy. Like
And you know,
daddy and
you know Jay-Z was at all the parties, right?
know the nigga bisexual.
So Jay-Z at all the parties. You know what? I know what I was just thinking. Like Jay-Z was probably the nigga plug, man.
They try to blackball 50.
Cause he know too much.
50, man. That's why at first I used to fuck with 50, but I felt like the industry made 50 out to be the bully. But the whole while
he was the bully. He came in wanting to be the bully.
I don't think so.
He came in with how to rob.
But he came in hip hop.
How to rob though. Ain't nobody come in with no shit like how to rob. Like he came in talking about how he'll rob every single bitch that was on the top 25. That nigga said Master P. He ain't motherfucking not say nobody that wasn't on that top list. Like and with the videos. That nigga did Fat Joe, that nigga did everybody. He said I'll rob all you. Show you how this how I rob these niggas. That's bullet. That's not coming in. That's before he got shot. He did that before he got shot. Talk about you wasn't coming in as a bully, man. Come on, man.
No, he would make you drop the shit. But, like, as far as him coming in, Puff and all these people, whole, you feel me, the whole time, them niggas blackballing him, man. They blackballing him.
Man, 50.
Irv ain't want that man. Irv even said out his mind he ain't want that boy to get that bad, right? Yeah, Def Jam behind.
Yeah, they only blackballed him as long as they could, because once the white boy got him, it was over with. Yeah, 50 keep messing with them boys. We were like, man, Jay-Z ain't answered the phone for that boy in months. He like, shit, I want to think about it like, man, Jay-Z was just a plug, man. You know, Jay-Z was, you know what I'm saying? What if he was, that's how. Hell no, because he ain't, you know what I'm saying? Too hot.
No,
they was like, you don't need no more of that shit no more. So you can't get that from me no more, my boy.
Jay-Z said, get up, family, let's go. We go to Lion King.
Who said that?
That shit was funny as a bitch. That shit was so funny. The whole said, please get up. Everybody get up, pull your clothes.
Said everybody we going to Disney.
Everybody get dressed.
Took them to Disney World.
We went to the Lion King premiere.
Oh no, for real.
No, the same damn day.
The same day as what?
Diddy shit. They trying to say, oh, had something to do with that shit. Let's capitalize off this shit. You know, see we got Blue Eye on the stage now.
Yep. I mean, what else would you do if you had a jit with Beyonce?
Man, my boy Yeezy, man. What's the thing about Yeezy, though? The thing about Ye, our boy Ye, that boy named Kanye West anymore, man. Call him Ye. Nigga stole my ad-lib.
Nigga, ask what I think about it. Yeah. That shit crazy.
Is the camera shit?
Yeah, seriously.
I can't get a drop off, huh?
Because World Star be trying, you know, they be taking on them videos and they put their own little spin on it and shit.
Well, this ain't no motherfucking World Star.
They spit in the air, Loki landed on my chin, they put it on World Star. But you know what, a lot of times what happens is, right, I cut these little promos and shit to niggas and shit like that, right? Sometimes it depends on what a nigga say.
Yeah.
Niggas say some controversial shit like, fuck Kanye West, I hate that nigga, man. Plus, I seen the nigga at one of the puff parties and shit sucking dick in the bathroom. Watch how viral that shit go.
Real shit.
The shit ain't even true, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example because I love Ye and shit, you know? But they get wind of that shit, next thing you know, it's all over the place 5 minutes after I fucking said it.
Yeah.
I hate World Star Hip Hop. I hate Bossip. I hate all that shit. I hate fucking Wendy Williams. I hate anybody that does hack shit to get money. I think that's hack shit. They ride other people's backs and coattails to get where they at, to get their positions. And then what do they do after that? Because if they didn't have y'all people here, they wouldn't even be existing right now. What if World Star took y'all business? Let's say your mother had cancer and World Star put that shit up for the world to see.
Yeah, man. She been working on more 12 years and she got a settlement coming in. Feel me? She just trying to jump in something for the settlement, for the market go crazy. You're right. Come on. All right, man. Matter of fact.
Nah, your boy Ye off the wall though. My boy went full KKK.
Now you going overboard, man. Ooh, 2.5. Let's see what 2.5. 2.5. Yeah, we finna get this house, bro. She want this bitch, we finna get this bitch, bro. Weekly, bro. We put an offer on that motherfucker. What? 30 days. Closing. Big closing. Yes, sir. 2.5.
Yeah, look like they done wrapped up the trial and shit for the day.
So get head start on the paperwork. Might as well hunt out.
Might as well get your money right.
Let's work some magic.
Private number. Private number just called me and hang up. What the fuck is that about? Switch it up.
Status of violent claim against you out of it. We're reaching out to Sheila Haynes. This is a final attempt to assist you. We're reaching out to Sheila Haynes. This is a final attempt to assist you resolving all this. Will be the status of violent claim against you out of Hillsborough County. To avoid the order against your assets, please contact our office immediately at 866-599-7743. That number again is 866-599-7743. Thank you. This is a final attempt to assist you in resolving the matter in our office before we approve the status of violent claim against you out of Hillsborough County. To avoid the order against your assets, please contact our office.
I don't know what that shit was about. That looked like some bullshit to me. Talking about a matter in the office. Fuck that. Whatever that shit is. You ain't saying what the matter is. I could give a matter fuck. What happened to that boy? Ugh. Shit. I need a watermelon or something. I need to go get me a watermelon or something. watch, I was up a couple hundred more, man.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output.
Warless.
This thing has sounds, samples, instruments.
as well.
Yeah, and we have seen responses like that all throughout the day. Today, as we mentioned, their Tulane police just increasing their on-campus patrols. I have heard from people in
Ladies and gentlemen, we have insane breaking news. 11 inmates escaped jail. Orleans Parish Jail. One has been caught. This is insane. It's live right now. Breaking news. 11 inmates escaped. Only one caught. I want to know the details. I want to know what's going to happen. We need to find these people. They said that they could be armed. Yo, let's have a listen. Share. Like, guys, subscribe. Let people know what's going on.
Patrick, right now. Good morning. We were notified at about 10:30 this morning that there had been escapees out of the sheriff's Orleans prison. And so we have been told that there are 11 escapees, some for...
Shit, look like they already got one of them niggas. They already got one of them niggas already.
Our department. Today at 4, the Orleans Parish Sheriff says there are indications
One of the 11 niggas that just
jailbreak
escaped.
Today might have been an inside job. The
Prison
sheriff
in
says
New
the
Orleans.
inmates would have needed help
Jail in New
creating the
Orleans.
hole they escaped through. 10 inmates escaped. The Orleans Criminal
Yeah, they
Justice
broke
Center
out just a
using
couple
the
hours
hole you
ago.
see that picture in a wall. So far, one
Shit, man.
recaptured. Good
Yeah.
afternoon, I'm Liz Reyes.
Suicide.
And I'm Warren
Like
McCoy. The
that
sheriff
right
says
there,
it took
some shit on.
hours for them to realize that the inmates were on the run. They're still searching for Antoine Massey, Linton Van Buren, Leo Tate, Derek Groves, Jermaine
Derrick Rose got away.
Corey
Yeah,
Boyd,
yeah, you know
Gary
Derrick
Price,
Rose.
Robert Moody, the Keenan Dennis among these escapees,
No,
a convicted
D-Rose
murderer,
gonna get away.
others awaiting trial for murder, and many facing weapons charges as well. And we have special team coverage ahead exploring every aspect of the escape, who these inmates are, how they got away, and what delayed the notification of the public.
At 8, refused to answer any questions. It wasn't until her second news conference about an hour ago that she did field questions from the media. Now, the escape was discovered during a routine head count at 8:30 this morning, hours after the inmates escaped. OPSO says the
Them
jail
boys
was
hit
placed
it
on
4 in the
lockdown.
morning.
The sheriff says she was notified around 9.
Them boys were
After
gone at
Fox
4 in the
received a
morning.
tip around 10, a sheriff's office spokesperson confirmed to us at 10:18 that several inmates escaped. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says her department was notified at 10:30, and that's when other resources like the Violent Offender Warrant Squad were placed on this case. We pressed Sheriff Susan Hudson on the notification timeline. The sheriff says some are trying to politicize her team's actions. This is how the sheriff responded when we asked if the public and law enforcement partners
Inside
should
job.
have been notified sooner.
So I found out about 9.
So why wasn't the public known?
We have to find out is what happened. So
You got to go inside the facility to be able to see. They could have been anywhere. We have to make sure that's exactly what happened. We have to pull all the video and find out what happened. That takes a little bit of time. Then we had to first prioritize talking to victims to make sure they were safe and making sure law enforcement could respond to them if they needed something.
The sheriff maintains the U.S. Marshals were alerted by 9:30 this morning.
Chief.
New Orleans.
That.
At least for that county. You know, a different ones for every county, so shit.
She been out there for a minute too, though. She done put your ass in front of the jail.
You seen the shit about your boy say he's scared. Say he's scared of 607 up. Say he gonna hurt him when they run into each other.
Ooh.
Charleston White.
So I say you gonna hurt 607 up.
He said he's scared though. He fear for his life. I'm like, bro, how you trying to set him up? How you gonna try to line a man up on some self-defense shit? But then you say you're gonna attack the man when you see him. That's not even the same thing. Your boy went live with a whole bunch of straps. That nigga pulled out a crossbow. That nigga pulled out a flamethrower. Your boy was tripping, man. What's up with your man, That nigga showed the motherfucking the revolver, the mace revolver.
Say what?
The mace gun. Nigga say he gonna mace the nigga. Nigga gonna, I'm like, damn, nigga don't know what he gonna do. Them cartoons be stupid as hell.
It's all over, everybody. Monique tried to warn me about these damn snow bunnies, but I just couldn't help myself. She got me, y'all. She done got me. Them sweet, sweet, sweet snow bunnies. They got me. I swear they did. I'ma lose everything now. Skip! Skip! Stephen A., how you just gonna leave me like that? You stood up for Jay-Z when it was his turn, but you just walk away from me. I swear I feel like I'm being set up. Cut these cameras off me. Skip! Stephen A. always trying to one-up me. Oh my goodness. What is that?
Oh, this? This is just my choker. You want to give it a tug?
Just give it a sweet little tug? Oh, shit.
Hold on. We gotta save some of that for the bedroom.
Wait, what is that around your neck?
I already told you. It's my choker.
No, I'm talking about that one with the little red light on top.
Oh, this is just my new necklace. You brought this for me. You remember?
I bought you that chain?
Yes, silly. Of course you did. You're so forgetful. Now state your name for the camera.
State my name for the camera?
We're just doing some role playing, silly.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Shannon Sharp.
Perfect. Got it.
I just valued that $50,000. I'll be back in a few weeks, okay? Finally, I got him.
That'll serve him, right? Over there getting more views than me. Got Molly over there looking at his muscles. I brought Molly in for
Yeah,
me,
nah,
not
they
for
got
that big
Stephen
black
A. setting up
country ass
Shannon Sharpe
Forrest
on the
Gump
block,
ass
man.
nigga. Oh yeah, and good job, White
These
Devil.
nigga crazy. Yeah.
Fine, my liege. Yeah, we got him. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, you did good. You did real good. I got Tony Busby right here. He's with me. Yo, Tony, say what up.
Great job, Stephen A.
Yeah, you gonna give Tony back some credit?
It's funny they got Stephen A. setting them up, but really it was Shaq. You know, Shaq motherfucker wanted the information for real. You know that, right? You didn't know that? Yeah, man. Shaq was offering money for information about Shannon Sharpe because they were beefing. You didn't know that shit? Man, that shit all over. You know that shit? Yeah, you don't be knowing about shit.
Kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, you know, kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, yeah.
Still trading without real-time data or short locates? You spotted the setup, but your broker couldn't keep up? Tired? Okay. So in today's video, we got to talk about Shaq, guys. Shaq responded to the news that's going around circulating that DJ Academics had exposed on his platform. Academics was reacting to a video that I had posted almost a year ago highlighting Shannon Sharpe and Shaq's beef. Academics had put out the information that Matt Barnes put out a PSA that Shaq is paying top dollar to get information on Shannon Sharpe. Let's check out that clip again right here, guys.
The fact he's so petty, it's either he got too much money or there's some other issue going on. I don't really care to know. But when it came to the Shannon Sharpe, I was like, I thought it was just me because I know rappers don't like me for whatever reason. You get what I'm saying? But with the Shannon Sharpe, I'm like, wait, Shannon just disagreed with you and kind of like calls you a hater. How do you hate him that much? Because he went off on his tirade. Hold on, we already just played the audio. Let me play the audio again. Like, Matt Barnes runs the whole podcast. Why the hell Matt Barnes sounded like
bitches,
like he's Lil Woody on the phone?
With the same
Why are you saying this?
I don't know if you're on this kind of time.
They was fucking with the same white bitch because you know Shaq got a couple hoes like hoes
just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So again, I don't know if you're on that kind of time or not, but Shaq is known to throw large sums of money around. So just want to put that out there. I am quiet. Hey, he said, please keep it quiet. He said that Shannon did some shit back from a while back, and he's been off him. So that's why he's doing this. But please keep his name quiet.
So anyway,
damn,
I just had to put that out there because all that little lovable Shaq is like, I'm telling you, it's all cap.
That's the video footage Academics had put out on his platform, and everybody was like, yo, could this be the reason why Shannon Sharpe is in trouble right now? Does this involve Shaq?
Of course
Because
it
remember,
do.
Just Hilarious even said that Shaq had white women in his house.
Quick random observation. I'm at Shaq house yesterday, right?
Yo.
And yo, this man is living like Neo. He got 4 white big booties in there. Like one is in the kitchen cleaning, the other one is in the basement. The like
Shaq,
4.
who? Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know another Shaq. I couldn't
What you mean
believe
getting there,
it.
sir?
4
Everybody have
white
surgery?
women.
So there could be a correlation with that, right? But Shaq had responded to it on his Instagram page. Let's check out the video footage Shaq had put out on his IG page, guys. Here's that video right here.
Hey, this is Shaq. I'm paying top dollar information. You know where Charles Barkley's at?
Yeah, I know what Charles is at. I got him.
All right. I'm also paying information. You know where Kenny the Jet Smith at?
Yes, I got Kenny too. I know exactly where he's at.
Okay, now this one right here, get you I'm gonna give you some motherfucking big dollars. Do you know where Ernie Johnson is at?
Ooh, let me work on that one right quick. That's a tough one.
All right, and remember, I'm paying top dollar for all that information. Love you, boy. All right, hey, don't tell nobody.
All right, one.
All right, go.
So as you can see, Shaq is trying to play into the situation like, yo, hey, remember, I'm paying top dollar. Like, he's trying to get ahead of the situation to make it seem like, you know, it's a joke that Matt Barnes said that, you know, he's paying top dollar to get information on Shannon Sharpe. But we all know Shaq is sensitive. We all know that it's true that Shaq would do stuff like that, because this is not the first time Shaq's name has been involved in something like this. As you can see, academics even reacted more to that as well.
So again, like I remember when Shaq was talking so crazy, I'm like, what the fuck? So after I had to do a whole deep digging into Shaq's history, because even when I was talking to Gilly, Gilly was like, yo, Ak, I'm gonna be honest with you. Shaq tapped in with the streets. I'm like, bro, we're talking about Superman, the nigga who like fucking is the big goofball at the NBA All-Star games, like dribbling like crazy, and we laugh at him and we love him. And they're like, no, he's tapped in. And I'm like, what? But I went into all his history. Shaq think he a street nigga. So anyway, I just had to put that out there because all that little lovable Shaq shit is like, I'm telling you, it's all cap. All cap. Like nigga talk like he's a Big U descendant. Except Big U broke compared to him.
I don't know
he's
if he
rich.
think
You know
he
what
a
I mean?
street nigga,
Shaq
'cause
ain't
he
gonna
damn
bust a
sure
great
made
proof
sure
fight.
he had
But
got
he'll
him,
pay for niggas to get you hemmed up,
he was a
beat
police
up,
officer in Miami.
shot, stabbed, killed. And the funny
That
thing,
was
and
the
I'm like,
police in Miami.
nigga, you know, this could be an open air. Like Shaq,
you don't remember that shit?
Nobody's impervious. It don't matter how long you live on this earth, my nigga. They'll get you at some point. Like,
so yeah, guys, that's how petty Shaq is, man. If you get into a beef with him, man, he's definitely one of those type of guys that pay top dollars to try to destroy your career just so he can have a ha, point your finger, laughing moment. And yeah, man, that's a true character of Shaq. Remember the post that he put out at the time when him and Shannon Sharpe was beefing? He was like, yo, I know what you did to get where you at, and I got more money than you. Like, he went off on this long Instagram rant, all because Shannon Sharpe said on his Nightcap podcast that Shaq should have been more successful in his NBA career. Definitely should have had more rings. Even Shaq himself has said that as well. So I would like for you guys to get in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button if you made it this far.
Yeah, man. Shaq the reason that shit going on, man. Say Shaq was banging out there when he was in Cali. He was banging when he was out there in Cali, but when he went to Miami, he was the police.
Video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.
Hey, if you
what? You were banging? Yeah. Yeah, you were banging in Cali. Yeah.
they ain't got a plan, ain't got a loan over here. Police got what's going on over here. Damn, that's crazy.
Put another clip on it.
Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old.
Told you to stop dating them young white. Should've listened to Cat Williams.
Get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan
There
Majors.
you go. Come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
No. But you just a hard head, mother. You got football head, see. You've been busted in the head too many times. You should have wore a helmet, you helmet head, motherfucker. I done said this joke a long time ago. I'ma say it again. Rich niggas and white women don't go together. There's a long track record. OJ killed his white woman, still had problems to the day he died. Tiger Woods married one, and she left with damn near $500 million. Tiger way better than me. That'd have been a dead on my watch. Ain't a pussy on earth worth $500 million. I don't think y'all heard me, smelled me, or felt me. Let me reiterate this statement one more again for you. There ain't a pussy on earth worth $500 million. Now, it might be some $375 pussies. $500 million, I'd have took that fishing. That's why billionaires have yachts. What happened to her? She fell overboard. Them great white sharks chewed her white ass up. How come they didn't bite you? Because the shark is racist. That's why they call them great white sharks. They only eat white people. You don't believe me? Interview the shark. How come you didn't bite those?
I don't eat dark meat. It's tough. They fight back.
I lost a lot of teeth that way. Bill Cosby was potentially in jail for life for 73 of the oldest, ugliest white women I have ever seen. Tight end. Tight end, like that tight end. Played the right position, boy. Tight end, like that tight end. You can catch that football. But now you done caught a case. Play your position, I said. You like to play in your position. They done made a doll of the and a little white
man.
You know what I mean?
Got a
You can
doll
join
of this nigga.
his hero, LeBron James. These Barbie doll ass niggas. Lakers in 5. Oh yeah, they lost. Lakers in 5. They lost, and you lost your job. I'm just saying. I know I shouldn't be kicking a man when he's down, but what better time? He's a big motherfucker. I gotta wait till he fall down. Then I should kick the shit out of him. Make no sense. Don't kick a man when he down. Well, when else you supposed to kick a motherfucker? When they down. Shit. Supposed to stomp the dog shit out of them. Kevin Gates pulled up on LeBron courtside during the game, and you know they had some words back and forth on the internet. You know, LeBron's called him a peasant, and you know, Gates clapped back, said, "I ain't no peasant. I'm just trying to help you get a woman that really loves you." I thought she looked at you like she didn't like your motherfucking ass. Talking about LeBron's wife. So Kevin Gates pulled up to the game, posted up. You know what I mean? No bodyguards needed, you know. He really rolled like that. And LeBron, I mean, where was the bully?
LeBron James, did you really think we wasn't going to notice that after that drama on the internet, Kevin Gates pulled up to your game?
Man, a nigga playing basketball. A nigga ain't say shit, you know, so what the fuck you gonna say to the nigga? Y'all niggas green as hell. That's just like a nigga try to get a nigga to fuck up his perfect longevity, long career over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga been perfect. Ain't getting no bullshit. They want a nigga to crash out his last season. His last season, I'm in the playoffs. And what make it so bad, he won that game. He won that game. That's the only game they won.
I'm like, man, bro, you went and got some shit that done been ran through. She done finesse niggas.
I'm trying to tell you, I get that shit 2 years max. You done married that bitch. I get that shit 2 years max, nigga. You tripping. You might as well got down took Drika back after all that. That nigga green as a bitch. And then they make it like that's the only game they won. They bring that shit up like, you know what I'm saying? He should have came to the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? He should have came to the rest of the game. Niggas know them courtside tickets cost during the playoffs. You going to the Lakers game? It don't matter, boy. Yeah, them courtside tickets cost. Nigga not finna go to every game. If a nigga really felt some way, that's what a nigga really did. Nigga would have went to every game. Nigga called you a peasant. Make him feel like the peasant. He playing the game for you. You supposed to be there courtside. You supposed to be there courtside. You know what I'm saying? Then you can say you paying him part of the man's salary. You can't even say that. Well, for one game, and that's the game they won. I think that was a message in itself. They won that game, bitch. Y'all want to keep bringing that shit up. It's the GOAT, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas. And I'm finna do another video on LeBron, too. Niggas gonna be crying when that boy retire. Nigga should retire and start his own motherfucking league. Nigga should go in with Ice Cube on the big three. Niggas be multi-talented in different sports. I'm finna come up with my own damn league. Include all this shit in one damn and 4 quarters. 4 quarters, every sport. Fuck it. Let me shut the fuck up before somebody hears some shit. Yeah. That sounds good to me. Try athlete or some shit. Distro kid keep trying to hit my shit. My car will never be unlocked, bitch.
You didn't have nothing to say. Threw your hands in the air and waving like you just didn't care. John Cena, the WWE champion, you know, he done won the mother.
I often joke that I'm retired, but in reality, it's just that I get to live my dream of being a full-time teacher.
17 times, and now he is the bad guy. Well, I seen that coming. We all seen it coming. You know, he had his just joining the losing squad. You know, you're gonna have a little money and some fame while you're here, but goddamn it, woo-wee. 5 sports thing. You know, we spent some time with Mike Tyson last week over here at the studio. He did a photo shoot over here. I've known Mike for about 20 plus years. And he is just a humble. Don't f with him because he can rumble. But he's humble.
Nature of this administration is good for us. Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise. Who's the enemy of our rise? Is it the Department of Justice, where we get none? Is it Congress, where you make a law that favors us and then you turn around and destroy it? Is it the media that has destroyed every black leader that stood up for us? Martin Luther King suffered it. Malcolm suffered it. He's attacking the media, calls it fake news. We have been the victims of some fake news.
Yes.
He's beating up the FBI. Go at it, baby.
Well, there you have it. The minister has spoken. Trump!
Go ahead and use a debit card to remove this latch right here. What it does, it just pushes it right onto the left so you don't have to get a key for it. And as you can see right over here, we have ourselves a little triangle shaped key. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own key using a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver. And what you do is you place the flathead right onto the bottom, and then we're going to place the Phillips right on top. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that momentum, and we're going to slowly start unscrewing this. You see it's already starting to fall right on down. If it slips, that's okay. I'm not gonna let my tax money go straight to this. So this is a nice blessing that my uncle once taught me. My dad, I'm passing it on to you. Just like that. You want to make sure this is fully off because you want to go ahead and ditch this off of your tire. Just like that. So now when
So there's some shit we ain't gotta worry about in Florida. They just gonna take your
easy removal of a boot. Give us a try. You never know when you might need something like that.
Hey, is it not no Florida shit?
There you go.
Florida ain't got no boots. Florida ain't got no boots. They take your shit. They ain't no tickets. They just taking your shit. Ain't no damn ticket. They locking your car up, bitch. Talking about a ticket. Ain't no damn tickets, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking tickets, nigga. Diddy a fucked up nigga, man. That nigga calling all them niggas in there to fuck that girl. That nigga was on some other shit. That nigga said, get the nut out you and rub it on my nipples. What? You ain't know that part? That nigga was on some bullshit.
What?
The nigga had the escort busting her. And he'll take Cassie in the other room and have her scoop the nut out of her and rub the nut on his nipples. Man, that was the first day. That was day one of the trial, boy. That was day one. That was day one they brought that shit up, man. Oh, what the fuck? I'm on academics page. What that was, Monday?
I was told to do that shit, man.
Told her to get that money here, yeah.
You gotta bring this fucker down.
Hmm?
You gotta take this fucker down. You gotta think how you thinking.
They were broke. They was on their second jet. Huh? Said they was on their second jet. She was suicidal. She was finna walk in the middle of the street and kill herself. Walk in front of a moving car. Yeah. How long ago she got the 20 million? She 8 months pregnant right now. She got that money and got pregnant again. She got the money, got pregnant again. He on trial. She 8 months. She better have a jet, another jet. She was just finna kill herself. She was just suicidal. Nah, it wasn't the shit with Diddy because she was broke with them kids. He gonna do that shit. Now he gonna learn all the details about this lady. He ain't even finna be with this bitch. He ain't even finna be with that bitch. We like, man, fuck it. We got the money. You straight now? And we both straight.
Man, that shit got crazy, man.
That bitch had so much DNA in her that if he fuck around DNA test his kids, it probably won't even come back as his. It should probably be 80-something%. Off a back page. Off a back page, nigga. List crawlers. Off a back page, cuz.
We ain't gonna walk.
According to Amherst Walkie-Talkie Center, Alpha.
Man, what the hell y'all on? Huh?
We gonna walk scot free.
Who did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it ain't sex trafficking. They booked the man on sex trafficking, but they got him for other shit too now. You gotta remember, he got other shit attached to this Fed case, racketeering and some other shit. They ain't even, you know they finna pull up some other. Then this shit all start when Keefe Lee got arrested. When Keefe Lee was doing all that bullshit with the interviews, the Tupac shit.
Yeah.
Niggas forget about that. That ain't a part of this case? Maybe not. Maybe they holding that shit.
That part of this case. It might be that they don't even down the line. That might come in later on. You never know.
Man, it's the feds. They got that boy on something. They just bringing Cassie in because he already paid. He paid her within 24 hours. And the footage, how long it took the footage to come out? That same week. Was it a couple months? When the hotel footage came out after they got them settled, it was on like a couple weeks, like a week. That shit came right out.
So we got that boy.
He threw. Hey man, the defense was on her ass though. Say, oh yeah, you seen a picture with Mr. Combs with Gina while you was staying at your parents, right? You decided to break up with him and he didn't threaten you. He just suggested couples counseling. Bitch say, I don't know. I say, you don't know. Boy, they pulling out no files on her ass.
Yeah, I told you that shit gonna backfire. Shit, he gonna bring us some shit where he tried to. Yeah. She gonna stand it, boy. She fucked up. He a disgusting motherfucker. That's all this tried to show. He was a disgusting motherfucker.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, bro.
They just want to expose nigga personal life.
They talking about sex trafficking. That's not sex trafficking.
They just trying to expose
That's
nigga personal shit.
lifestyle, dude. Hey man, pull up, y'all pull up and get y'all flights and shit, man. I get y'all $300. Come through. This shit eating and all that shit. I can tell you in 10 hours, yeah, it got to be. Yeah, tell y'all fucking for 10 hours straight. Like, this nigga a monster. Said that nigga been on that ecstasy. That boy been on the pills, the beans. They say that boy been on them beans, bro. He a bean head. I had to get off them jiggers, bro. I can't afford it. And jiggers how you got to get off them jiggers, man. Fall in love. Let's get her on this. That shit deep, bro. That shit deep, bro.
Possible because of remarkable work by a lot of professionals. I'm excited today. As you can see, a lot of people fooled around and found out. And I want to start for just a couple of minutes and go down the list because this is very important.
Yeah, a lot of people fooled around and found out.
You know he wanted to say. I know he wanted to say.
You can see a lot of people fooled around and found out. And I want to start for just a couple of minutes and go down the list because this is very important. I want to make sure that we recognize, for example, our NGOs, One More Child and Heartland for Children, and you'll hear from them in a few minutes. Heartland for Children is contracted to DCF because when we do these human trafficking operations, we make sure that we're able to begin services immediately as soon as we discover them. So we couldn't do these at the quality and the level we do without them. There's been a change of administration. I don't know if you noticed in the White House. And now we are allowed to have ICE with us. ICE was embedded with us for the first time. Now, there's two groups of ICE that you'll see and hear from, HSI and the ERO side. Then, as you see in front of you here, my colleagues from around the state and around the country, we have a National Innovation Academy. They were also embedded. It's part of their training because he had sex with a minor in 2000. Planner, IT database, IT software engineer, an IT guy that works in, going to start with the predators. They're the ones that obviously worry me the absolute most. I'm going to go through these quickly because we have several of them. This is Arthur Denard. He's a registered sex offender already out of Tampa. And he's registered because he had sex with a minor in 2007. He's been to prison on 2 different occasions, and he's out. We've said it over and over. If a sex predator is out, he's dangerous. And he came here thinking he was going to have sex with a 15-year-old child. In fact, he didn't actually travel. He just talked online. And Tampa police, one of our colleagues in this operation, picked him up. And he told this 15-year-old child, I want to put a baby in you. Well, we put a gel in him. So there you go.
There's a whole community of niggas out here catching pedophiles.
Eric Corliss.
Their own justice.
Eric Corliss is a regional executive for Red Cross Disaster
Miami
Relief.
Avengers, you got
Think
Justice
about
League.
this. Red Cross does marvelous, beautiful work, and we're so proud of them. But this guy has embarrassed himself and embarrassed his family and embarrassed the Red Cross. He's a big boss. He's an Army veteran. He's married. He was, are you ready for this? Get a grip. He was married to a law enforcement officer, a supervisor in Hillsborough County. That's right. He left his phone at home so his wife, I'm sure a trained detective, wouldn't know where he was. When she heard about it, she's absolutely mortified, and she packed up and left, and she said, sayonara, I'm taking the kids and leaving. This didn't appear to be the first time. He was experienced at what he did. And he also went to great lengths to try to hide his identity when he was online. But think about this. A professional man with the Red Cross married to a professional lady, and he took advantage of her, embarrassed her and the children, and he went to jail. Then there's Vern Cunningham. He's 26. He's an illegal alien. Our ICE partners put a hold on him. He came for sex with a 15-year-old female. He brought cookies. Wasn't that nice? You know, I mean, after all, she's a child. She may want a cookie. You know, where's the milk? You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to bargain. I'll pay half up front and half after it's over. And when we arrested him, we asked this guy, well, why did you do this? He said, well, curiosity killed the cat. Well, you're going to have the cat people on you now. So Gregory Cooper's from Wesley Chapel. He's married for 31 years. He's got 2 adult daughters. He was in the Air Force for 20 years. No. He had a top secret clearance. Huh.
No,
that's
Greg.
Interesting. He came thinking he was going to have sex with a 14-year-old male.
What?
And since it's a kid, he goes, what might he like? I'll take him an orange soda and some fruit gummies. Was that before or after? You know, I'm just saying. He's a regional manager for Enzer Roller in Lakeland. At least he was. He was very nasty and very graphic with what he said.
Go to this ATM.
They're in prison. County jail, actually, now. Prison's where we're going to do our best to send them. Nicholas Capart's 46 from Riverview. He's married. He's got 2 children. He spent 10 years in the Marines, and he wanted sex with a 14-year-old girl. And he said, hey, if this goes well, I'll permanently make you my girlfriend. His chat was remarkably nasty as well. Then there's Domingo Francisco Miguel. He's married with 3 children. He has a legal green card. However, upon his conviction, ICE has agreed to relook at him because he's not a U.S. citizen, but he has a green card to be here. He traveled to have sex with a 15-year-old girl. He told his boss, now he lied to his boss too, by the way. I just thought I'd share that with you, that he needed to go get some medicine.
How about Trump on their ass anyway?
I guess he didn't realize that his medicine that he'll get will be at the county jail. But he was a jolly old soul. He said, when I get out of this, I'd like to be a detective. I really would. He said, I like your work.
You're supposed to get all the jobs.
Estimados clientes, si están buscando aquí la Silverado 1500 o 2500, vengan aquí a la Cox Chevrolet, donde tenemos el inventario más grande con los precios más bajos, descuentos de 15,000.
I don't know if he's trying to, grease us up or if he's just.
See, I would say green card. They showed the motherfucker in Spanish a commercial.
Doesn't make any difference. He's going to the county jail. Aston Mack, he's 35 from Deltona. He wanted sex with a 15-year-old girl. He ran from us. Can you believe that? That wasn't nice, but he did. He thought he was talking up a deal with a family member. Well, I'll pay you and I have sex with a child. What? What are you thinking? Now, he worked for the Opportunity Community Ability Group, OCA, in Orange County. And that's a group that helps special needs children. They say he never had any contact by himself with the children. Mostly he was admin support. But I want to brag on OCA. The second that we notified them, they terminated him. They were totally cooperative. They were mortified. They were glad that we found him and arrested him. But he's in jail, charged with human trafficking. Matthew Klein is 48. He's a receptionist at Guard Law.
There are 200 plus of these motherfuckers, man.
In Lakeland.
We're not even halfway
to go far to find an attorney to represent him. He wanted to have sex with a 14-year-old male. He thought the child was home alone. He admitted that he had had sex before with children. That's still under investigation. He was also looking for children on 2 different apps. We found him really working hard to find children.
Motherfucking pedophile.
He traveled and he, by the way, neglected to tell us in our undercover capacity that, oh, by the way, when I have sex with you, I'm HIV positive, which that is a criminal violation of law in the state of Florida, not to notify your partner that you are HIV positive. But there are several things before I go on to the others that I think you should know, because these people are unbelievable. I picked out a few of their quotes I thought I'd share with you. Y'all get a 10-star rating for customer service. This is really awesome. Not for me, but for y'all. Oh, by the way, can I do my volunteer time with you guys? No. This guy said I had the option of going to church or coming here. I picked here. So, wrong choice. He had a choice. He had a chance to be in church, talking with Jesus, worshiping, doing what's right. Instead, he wanted to be on his knees in a brothel. I don't understand it. Just thinking out loud. Altar, brothel, altar, brothel. This guy was a realist. Well, this is God's sign not to do this. He thought that was a bad idea. And just thinking, God spoke directly to him. It's amazing how God comes in clear focus when you're under arrest. I used to always say, you know, Jesus lives in the county jail because everybody I took there found him. So this guy says, oh, we're in Polk County. You know, my friend was just arrested here last night. You got to be kidding me. Now, I'm going to start to introduce you to some of these morons. But here's the one that I think is just super cool. This is like mother, like daughter. So we're talking to a mom.
It ran
She's
this
48,
ran this
Sherry
operation.
Pena. She's on public assistance.
peak
She's living
of
at
the
a
Diddy
DV
trial.
shelter in Central Florida. She drove her daughter,
In the peak of the Diddy trial.
Haley Pena, 23, to have sex. When we asked her, you're a mother to this young lady, what are you thinking? She said, oh, whoa, wait a minute. I just thought I was taking her to buy drugs. Oh, that's better. You know, you're taking her to her drug dealer, right? So anyway, the mother and daughter were also arrested in 2024 for battery over 65 years of age person. She's arrested. Did I tell you she's on felony probation already? Yep. That's right. She's on felony probation. So that's just a little color there, but let's get to the stack and go through real quickly, and then we'll turn it over to our colleagues here of some other things.
The man old pictures, them
Let me get this out of the way.
Yeah,
Brunch.
it's a press conference. This Grady Judd.
90s
Oh, that
brunch.
is, boy.
In our 90s brunch. Get everything for every party on Amazon.
That's Polk County Sheriff, boy.
Welcome to Trade Zero America, designed for active traders who want more. Trade U.S. stocks.
That's Grady Judd, boy. Huh?
Buy, sell, short from 4 a.m. to.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to go through
Grady
these.
Judd gonna be a
How
good
about
governor,
Jason
man.
Bathis from 43
Yeah,
from
pedophiles
Davenport?
and fuck
This is
niggas
our
be
human
trying to fuck
trafficking
little
and
girls and
prostitution,
boys,
folks.
man.
He's charged with offering to commit.
Now he do flex on niggas
This
when
is
he catch them with them
this
pounds and
is
them keys.
this
Yeah,
Jason
but we ain't
Bathis.
doing
Okay,
that no more. We
when
ain't
he
fucking
walks
around
in,
with
you
that
think,
shit.
well, I have set up a deal with
Yeah,
with
you
an
gonna
ugly
put your
woman,
chain on to it that bit
and I
like,
think
he
you would
gonna- he
all
gonna
agree
flex for you.
that this guy's an ugly woman, right? This is what you really get when the makeup comes off. This is Jason Bathis. Now, I want you to think about this a minute, okay? You decide that you're going to hook up with a woman. She comes in, and she's already uglier than a mud fence, right? And then, as you start to engage, you find out, hey, this dudette is a dude, and look what he really looks like. Yeah, he looks like he could have been in a
Yeah.
Scarface movie someplace. I don't know.
That's the nigga, man.
This is what's happening.
Bro,
People
that's,
think they're
nigga, that's
getting
how they
this,
caught him, and that's how
and
they.
many times
that's how
they're
they
getting
set
a
it up.
really bad
That's
guy.
when he dressed out. You
So
see
this
that
is the
clothes on?
before and after, you know. When you find them in the bar at night,
Before and after.
you know, you try to drink them pretty, and you wake up the next morning and you see this. Yeah, that's what we call Rolex ugly. Rolex ugly is you
Fuck,
wake
look,
up the
some of
next
them hoes
morning
got the ugly
and
like
they're
that,
laying
too.
on your arm and your Rolex is there and you just chew your arm off and leave the Rolex. You just got to get out of there. You don't care about the Rolex. But that's the kind of people we're going to talk about.
That'd be a Rolex. Look,
Then there's a Darius Taylor. He's 34. He played at Lake Gibson High School football. Went on to have an outstanding career in the NFL. He played for the Carolina Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Cleveland Browns,
damn.
and he was a linebacker.
And they got you too, cuz.
But listen, the dude made a lot of mistakes. He not only brought his 6-year-old child to the operation,
no,
but he left his 6-year-old child in the car.
That bit high.
When he went to do the operation.
That bit high.
The 6-year-old child has a lot of medical issues, and he left this child alone that should have never been left alone because of medical conditions. DCF was on site, took possession of the child immediately, found mom. Mom came and got the child. The child is doing fine. This guy here, you know, Obviously, he must have hit one too many people as a linebacker because his brain cells are scrambled. He should have shown up in the first place, but to leave that child, my goodness. So he picked up a child neglect charge along with everything else. Then there's David Michael. He's 35. He's a medical doctor for Orlando Health. He showed up. He's got dual citizenship. He's also from the country of Egypt. And he decided to, hey, I'm not saving any lives or making people feel better tonight. So I'll go make sure I feel better by going to this house of ill repute that turned out being law enforcement officers from all over Central Florida doing what's right. Then there's Namish Patel. Namish is 53. He's an event planner.
But they didn't
plan on this event, but he is an event planner.
That shit be getting pedophile.
He's on public
left and right.
assistance.
So why the fuck they ass ain't
Yep.
doing it?
We asked him, dude, what are you doing here? He says, my wife's being treated for cancer at Moffitt. Well, number one, if you have cancer, there's not a better place, any place, than Moffitt, okay? Highly recommend that. But since she's being treated, I thought I'd just show up here. You got to be kidding me, man. You're not home taking care of your wife, somebody who's done everything for you. You're out scallydogging around, and your wife's sick. Nasty people. Then there's Patrick Dang. He's 40. He's from Newport Richey. He's married.
Talk about houses. You don't look at the obituary.
And he owns Dang Good Sushi in Trinity, Florida. Yeah. He came for a dang good time, but it didn't work out that way. Next time you go there and get sushi, you may want to make sure that he's wearing gloves or washed his hands. And by the way, I had some law enforcement officers that had been at his restaurant, said it was pretty good sushi. Alphonse Ibua, 37. He's an IT tech for Paragon Systems, and he's contracted by the federal government. He's married. He's an 8-year Army vet. His wife thought he was at the gym. Well, he was going to do some exercise. I got to admit that. Until he found out it was us. So we asked him, okay, why did you do this? Well, my wife's indisposed this week, so I just thought I'd come down here for some stress relief. Well,
I started my business as a virtual assistant 3 years ago, and one of the reasons I was able to stay so organized was by using HoneyBook as my business partner. HoneyBook has handled all of my
getting motherfucking hemmed up.
His wife ain't happy. Just thought I'd add that. And he went to jail. Then there's Jonathan Epstein, who's 38. He's a Walmart manager. Now, he came and he said, I'll pay extra because I don't want to wear any protection. Well, that's just dandy, I guess next time you go to Walmart, and he greets you, hi, I'm here for, you can say, you have any protection?
That we got a joke.
Ahmad Ansat, 22. He's a registered nurse from Tampa General. And Tampa General, by the way, I didn't come here to advertise all these wonderful places, and they're professional places. Tampa General, if you get very sick or have a significant injury, you want to make your way to Tampa General. It's top of the line. Not so with him, but the rest of them. Isaac Torado de Jesus. He's 28. He's unemployed. Now he's going to spend money, understand, but he's unemployed. Okay. And you go, well, his wife at that moment in time is working at Lakeland Regional Health. She's 8 months pregnant, working while he is spending money because he's unemployed, right? Spending her money on prostitutes. When we asked him why, he said, I had a lot of spare time. Okay. I don't even know how to explain that. Then there's Arthur Lark II, 54, from Haines City. He's married. He was charged with soliciting sex. But this guy, instead of doing minor crimes and working up, he did major crimes and is working down. He was first arrested in Orange County in 1990 during a drug beef. He shot at his person he was fussing with, and missed and hit and killed a 16-year-old boy. An innocent person he killed. Now, while he's in jail and they're doing an investigation, jail and prison, they determined that he had also committed a 1989 murder. And in that one, he and some friends were trying to steal a vehicle. A neighbor came home and said, hey, they're stealing my neighbor's vehicle. So he confronted them. Lark pulled a gun out. The neighbor says, whoa, this is all the good news I can stand in one day. He turns and runs.
Good shot.
Lark chases him down and kills him for trying to be a good neighbor. He did 26 years in prison. That sounds significant, but it's only 13 years for each murder. And one is an innocent kid that he missed and hit, and the other is a neighbor that was trying to help. And now he's out and involved again. And then there's Robert Burnett. He's 30. He's works in IT for the St. Pete Clearwater International Airport. He's married as well. The detective said he cried a lot and he peed his pants. I understand that. I'm married to an Auburndale girl.
That nigga peed his pants.
I would think this is the end of my life because if I go home, she's just going to kill me. I don't think that happened to him. At least there's no death reports yet, but he did go to jail. That's just a snapshot. They all have a story. We just picked those out. Now, I want you to hear from some of our subject matter experts that worked with us today. We'll start with Jody and Stacy from.
I was like, damn, boy, 200 plus. We got them get to see everybody. Look at these sick motherfuckers, huh?
Show about 100 motherfuckers.
About 100.
I'm not rocking with a lot of this AI stuff, but AI on Wix, now that's a vibe. Now this whole flow is a conversation, so your words actually build your website. You can go any direction here. Online store, writing a blog, or maybe a portfolio. All right, let's do this. What's my business all about?
What is that about?
The diddler. Didn't even walk off on that shit, man. You don't walk free.
Am I the only one, or did this song intro just pop off? I'm just saying, with a little bit of and a little bit of yeah, nah, bro. This one, boy, I feel like we all gonna need some antibiotics after this. You mean to tell me this man was FaceTiming Diddy while he was knocking down his wife? Judge, our jury is ready. Any more issues? Comes Esteval. If the R is after the charged conduct, it shouldn't have come in. It's a huge issue for us, Judge. It's not a huge issue. You didn't raise it at the time. Comes Esteval. We thought we could cross on it. Judge, all rise. Good morning. You are still under oath, Ms. Ventura. Combs Esteval. You believe Mr. Combs was blackout in the Intercontinental event? Ventura. I believe he was intoxicated. Everyone's definition is different.
Yeah.
But you said blackout. Combs Esteval. What did you write here, Ventura? I wrote, when you get effed up the wrong way, Esteval, you meant drugs, Ventura, and alcohol. Esteval. Here, Mr. Combs writes to you, I am so horny for you. AUSA Johnson. That is not in evidence.
That's what I was thinking about. Real. I was thinking about taking
Mr. Combs is asking you for S after the Intercontinental, right? Ventura.
I could do that.
I was saying who he felt. Esteval.
Different voices.
What did you write back, Ventura? I wrote, we need a different vibe than Friday at the Intercontinental. Combs Esteval. Mr. Combs wrote F Friday. I don't even want to do that again. What did you write, Ventura? I wrote LOL. True. Esteval. Mr. Combs suspected you of having an affair with someone else in the industry. What happened when he took your phone? Ventura. We were in a car and he told me to call my mother. When I did, he grabbed my phone and took it. Combs Esteval. It was a big fight, Ventura. He was just gone. Esteval. For how long? Ventura. A few hours until my mother called the police. Combs Esteval. Did Mr. Combs go through your phone? Ventura. I think so. And he called someone on it. Esteval. The person you had an affair with, an NFL player. Ventura. I don't know if he's playing anymore. Esteval.
I could do
But
it.
he was an NFL player, and he was jealous. Combs Esteval. Wasn't there a time he found out? Oh, pardon. Combs Esteval. Wasn't there a time he found out you were you were dancing with another person in the entertainment industry and took your phone? Right? Ventura. I don't remember. Esteval. It was Chris Brown. Free Breezy. Ventura. I was not dancing with him. Combs Esteval. Look at this. It's from 2013. Ventura. Now I see. Esteval. What else did Mr. Combs take? Ventura. My car, my passport, when he was angry. Esteval. Let's refresh you about Mr. Combs being in rehab. Ventura. I vaguely remember.
Hey, if you live in one of these cities right here, why don't you own an apartment building? Seriously, let me show you a path that could absolutely.
Mr. Combs Esteval. Hold on, y'all, real quick. I gotta get that on D&D. Sorry about that.
What's that?
Why did you go to Sedona? Ventura. I went to Arizona to get away from the drugs. Esteval. I'm going to get to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to get the video you heard about? What did you write? Ventura. I wrote, you keep putting me down. Combs Esteval. I'm going to play you some audio. Ventura said, if you saw a video of someone effing me, who was effing me? You haven't. Why didn't you show me? Because I'm not disrespectful, bro. Ventura. If you didn't show me, I will kill you. Cut you up. Still, the audio play for the jury. Ventura, I will effing kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I'm going to F you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you, Sajid. Tell me. Combs Esteval. That was you, right? Ventura. Yes. Esteval. Mr. Combs expressed concern about these videos being released? Ventura. When? Esteval. Ever? Ventura. Yes. Esteval. The escort Jonathan. You thought he took a video? Ventura. Yes. Combs Esteval. Mr. Combs spent a lot of money to make sure the video did not get released? Ventura. I don't know. Esteval. You had a conversation with Jonathan Odie that it was transcribed? Ventura. I'm not sure. Esteval. Was he volatile? Ventura. I didn't trust him. Combs Esteval. What did Mr. Combs say when you told him you thought Mr. Odie was recording? Ventura. He said he'd take care of it. Esteval. Are you aware of an escort leaving comments on Mr. Combs' Instagram page? Ventura. I am not. Combs Esteval. Now let's talk about rehab. Do you still use Suboxone? Ventura. Something like it. Esteval. What does it treat? Ventura. Opioid addiction. AUSA Johnson. Objection. Overruled. Esteval. You wrote a book in rehab. The place treats X compulsion. AUSA. Objection. Judge. Sidebar. They're back. Combs Esteval. Did you get neurofeedback therapy? Ventura. Yes. Esteval. What is it? Ventura. They hook something up to your head to show you things, see how you react. Esteval. Were you told the effects of it? Ventura. Help me with my trauma. Combs Esteval. Did you participate in EMDR? Ventura. Yes. Esteval. What does it do? Ventura. Memories and processing them. Esteval. The idea is you recall prior traumatic memories like PTSD. You were being treated for PTSD. Ventura. Yes. Ventura. I was still physically developing. Combs Esteval. You were 22. Ventura. Women keep developing after 22, don't you think? Esteval. But you're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22? Ventura. I am not. Combs Esteval. This message is about having a freak out without ketamine, right? AUSA Johnson. May I confer with counsel? Judge. No, but we'll take a break. Jury leaves. More coming. Without jury. Judge. Witness this by Sunday, 5 p.m. But will this and other things, which are clearly judicial documents, be in the docket? As far as long as these text messages use binders so we can save time? They're back. Combs Esteval. Mr. Combs wrote, you were so predictable. You said you were going to tell him you didn't want to do freakouts anymore, but you didn't say it, did you? Ventura. I did not. Wow. So you weren't going to do it, but now... Esteval. Here. You were suggesting freaking off with a girl. Combs Esteval. You say you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right? Ventura, yes. Esteval, you decided to break up with him and he didn't threaten you, but suggested couples counseling? Ventura, I don't know. Combs Esteval, in August 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right? Ventura, yes. Esteval, I'll read Mr. Combs. You have anger. Ventura, I wrote, my family knows I am not running around telling our business. Ventura wrote, I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first. Combs Esteval, please read these. Ventura, I wrote, you lied to me. She never went away. It was the nail in the coffin. Esteval, you meant Gina, the photo. Yes. Combs Esteval, in your civil lawsuit, you say Mr. Combs argued you in September 2018 after you had dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, right? Ventura, yes. Esteval, did you meet with the U.S. on November 30th, 2023? Ventura, yes. Not the exact date. Combs Esteval, in this meeting, you said the R took place after Mr. Combs returned from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at the dinner. Ventura, I don't remember exactly that word. Esteval, did you meet the U.S. on April 8, 2025? Answer, around there. Combs Esteval, the meeting to FB. Who's that? Ventura, Frank Black, a name he used. Esteval, he wrote, I'm an investors conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him? Ventura, I have love for the past and what it was. After another sidebar, Combs Esteval, you wrote, I didn't mean to be a B. I just don't get the time. He writes, just need you to be positive, correct? Ventura, yes. Esteval, DX1309, this is about a yoga instructor? Ventura, yep. Combs Esteval, what did you write? Ventura, I wrote, I stopped even caring. Esteval, but you did care. Ventura, yeah. Esteval, he said you could date other people. Let's just talk about it, correct? Ventura, yes. Combs Esteval, what did you write? Ventura, I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. Let's get up tomorrow night. I'll do studio from 6 to 9. Esteval, he writes, can I hold you or are you just going to break up with me? Combs Esteval, and you write back, we can embrace LOL. And you wanted to hug him, right? Ventura, that's what I said. Esteval, did you have intercourse with Mr. Combs that night? Ventura, I did. Esteval, and during that, your now husband FaceTimed you?
I am Thaddeus Bullard, aka WWE Legend, Titus O'Neil here, and I just made a really cool addition to my home with jellyfish lighting. Jellyfish lighting. I was scrolling on the internet one day on IG like we always do early in the morning, and I saw this ad, kept seeing the ad. Then I actually passed by a couple of houses that had jellyfish lighting, so I was like, I'm not one to be hanging up Christmas lights. I hate heights, so, and then it's pretty expensive to hang up and take down Christmas lights to get somebody else to do it. So I say, what's a one-time opportunity for me to get the lights that I want, not only just around the holiday time, but any time of the year, and jellyfish lighting is that light. So right now you see a Christmas theme, then I can go on here and I can change it. I'm a Florida Gator, so why not, let's just say go Gators, and within a touch of a button, I got orange and blue Gators, and I'm a member of a mighty Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So let's go to my fraternity, which is purple and gold, and then I can also change that, voila, purple and gold, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. All because jellyfish lighting has over 15 million color combinations or something like that, crazy. And I can set it on my app to go on and off at a specific time. I can have it so if the Bucks right now, which they are in the playoffs, if I want to have it every single night to set for the Bucks red or Bucks silver or pewter, I can change my colors like that. If I want to say go Bolts, I can have my blue and white for my Bolts. If I have it for the Rays, blue and gold, I mean, I can have a ton of different colors. But the main thing that I enjoy about this is that all of this can be done right here on the app. And it's easy. I don't have to climb a ladder. I don't have to string any wires. They come out, they do soffit matching. So you can see, if you look up there close, you can see right there, it blends right in with the soffit of my house. And again, I don't have to climb on any ladders. And if you have any issues, you just call them up and they'll come right out and take care of you. This is on the front and the back of my house, and I'm really enjoying the fact that I'm the first one on my street to actually have jellyfish lighting. But I know I won't be the last, because everybody comes over and says, hey, what you got there? Jellyfish Lighting. Y'all check them out. Go to jellyfishlighting.com. Get you an appointment, and it's very, very inexpensive when you think about the fact that you don't have to hang up, take down, put up Christmas lights, etc. And you can set any theme that you want for the year. Jellyfish Lighting, you got a good customer here, but I'm pretty sure you got great customers on the way because it's pretty damn awesome. All right? Thaddeus Bullard, a.k.a. Titus O'Neil, out.
Work it out. I hit it back with a brand new style. Bring it up into the floor, get wild. We turning up all the way on the down like work it out.
Ventura, yes. Combs Esteval, your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time. Ventura, I don't know what he knew. Esteval, later he discovered. AUSA, objection. Judge, overruled. Esteval, your husband, you were Ard? Ventura, not that evening. Combs Esteval, after Miss Porter's memorial service, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why he had called Kim his soulmate? What was his 11 years all about? Ventura, yes. Esteval, that was hurtful? Ventura, at the time, yes. Combs Esteval, and after that memorial service, you never saw Mr. Combs again, right? Ventura, I did not. Esteval, he let you go, right? Ventura, I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go. Esteval, you got married to the love of your life, right? Judge, break. They're back. Judge, let's get this done before the jury returns. Combs Esteval, we still think it's appropriate for the message to come in. AUSA Johnson, we still have issues with phrases like, I like to reconnect. AUSA Johnson, the state of mind is being offered for. Judge, there are portions that are properly admissible. So this needs to be redacted if it's going to be admitted in the evidence. For example, in the 5th paragraph, I've been getting my life together. No, Combs Esteval, we can get that in through other exhibits. Judge, you can redact it right now. Esteval, I will do it right now. Also, Combs, Tenny Garagos on exhibits and redactions. Combs Esteval, I'm going to say we are going to finish with Cross faster than he thought, probably before the next break. Combs Agnifilo, may I speak with the government for 1 minute? Judge, bring the jury back. Jury enter. Combs Esteval, Ms. Ventura, we're almost done here. Ventura, thank you. Esteval, I will read Mr. Combs' message. You are going to make a beautiful mother. God bless. Ventura said, I said, thank you. God bless. Ventura, I wrote, we should talk and have closure. Combs Esteval, Mr. Combs sent back a tear face emoji. He said, you were always my ride or die. Ventura, I thought it was nice. Esteval, you been craving that? Ventura, before. I don't think I was craving now. Combs Esteval, you shaped you over 11 years. Silence. Esteval, you shaped each other? Ventura, yes. Esteval, your husband's a physical trainer? Ventura, yes. Esteval, the house you grew up in, Connecticut, was relatively modest compared to mansions? Ventura, yes. Combs Esteval, you were preparing to tour with Matt Testa? Ventura, yes, he's an engineer. Esteval, once you settled your lawsuit, you canceled the tour, right? Ventura, yes. Esteval, because you no longer needed the money? Ventura, that wasn't the reason. Combs Esteval, after the hotel video came out, you posted on Instagram that domestic violence is the issue, right? Ventura, yes, I still feel that way. Esteval, DX1015. Mr. Combs wrote, want to freak off one last time? What did you write? Ventura, I don't want it to be the last time. I want to freak off for the first time. Whew, shit. That's how you close some shit. Ooh, oh my God. Esteval, no further questions. Judge, redirect. AUSA Johnson. Ms. Ventura, you were shown the message where you ended. I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be for the first time for the rest of our lives. What did you say after that, Ventura? Yes, I'm horny. Just got over a UTI. AUSA Johnson, you were shown messages today in which you and Sean were kind and loving. Ventura, yes. AUSA, did those period ever last? Combs Esteval, objection. Judge, overruled. Ventura, no, they didn't last. They a downswing. AUSA Johnson, what did Sean open up to you? Ventura, a world of chaos. AUSA, in your 11-year relationship, who did you want to have sex with? Ventura, only him at that time. AUSA, when Sean wrote, seduce me all day, what did you do? Ventura, write about FOs. AUSA Johnson, were you able to cancel work obligations for freak offs? Ventura, yes, if I was told to. AUSA, when you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you? Ventura, through me. AUSA Johnson, he said he didn't remember hurting you. Did you believe him? Ventura, not always, because I knew him. There were times he was pretty aware of what he was doing. It's just who he was. I seen him be violent with other people. AUSA Johnson, on the way back from Cane's, what did Sean do? Ventura, he played a video of me having sex with an escort. AUSA Johnson, what he say he'd do? Ventura, he released it. AUSA, when you got to New York, what did Sean ask for? Ventura, a freak off or he'd release it. AUSA Johnson, when Sean wrote, you ready for the night? What did he mean? Ventura, freak off. AUSA, what were you afraid he would do if you did not do that freak off? AUSA Esteval, even though she's not AUSA. Objection, Judge. Overruled. Ventura, I don't know that week, Judge. Next question. AUSA Johnson, do you have any doubt that Sean Arju Combs Esteval? Objection, Judge. Overruled. Ventura, I have no doubt. AUSA, after Sean Arju on August 18th, did you later have consensual sex with Sean during which your now husband FaceTimed you? Ventura, yes. AUSA Johnson, why did you cancel the tour? Ventura, after I filed my civil suit, I was overwhelmed. Addressing the past the way that I chose to was overwhelming. I didn't want to go. AUSA, do you plan to file more lawsuits? Ventura, no. AUSA Johnson, would you give the $20 million back if you hadn't have had to do the freak offs? Comes Esteval. Objection, Judge. Overruled. Ventura, I would give it back to get my agency back. AUSA, did he beat you during the freak offs? Ventura, yes. AUSA Johnson, you were open to freak offs at the beginning? Ventura, at the beginning. AUSA, did you tell him when you no longer wanted to do them? Ventura, yes, more than once. AUSA, what concerns did you have about saying no to freak offs? Ventura, safety, career, love. AUSA Johnson, no further questions. Judge, Ms. Esteval, Combs Esteval, you knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was these freak offs, right? Ventura, I learned. Esteval, it was a part of being his girlfriend. Ventura, yeah. Esteval, you kept your old device? Answer, yes.
Still trading without real-time data or short locates? You spotted the setup, but your broker couldn't keep up? Tired of seeing...
Combs Esteval. And freak off videos, in this case, they were all on those devices you kept from 2012 and 2014? Ventura, I don't know what year. Esteval, you were able to stand at his side at the Met Gala, being his girlfriend. Have you access to producers? Ventura, yes. Esteval, beyond Kid Cudi, what other musicians were you put in the studio with? Were you put in the studio with Nicki Minaj? Ventura, yes. And a note, this is the first and so far only reference to Nicki Minaj in this trial because somebody did some BS and they did this right here. They put Red Media, y'all deserve to get deplatformed for this. And it says Cassie testified in court that Nicki Minaj encouraged her to stay with Diddy after she opened up to her about the horrible things she was going through. This goes to show Nicki Minaj was very much, and y'all just gonna lie on Nicki for whatever. AUSA, okay, I'll continue. Ventura, well, I didn't reach out to a lot of people. Sean had too many loyal friends in the industry. AUSA, loyal friends? Like who? Ventura, well, like I reached out to Nicki Minaj and she told me to stop complaining. It's part of the game. You are rich and famous. Girls will die to be in my shoes. So turns out that never happened. And some of y'all be like, well, why would you stop to do that? Because one thing Cedi Nash does not do is does not thank people for the service they put in and then do some BS and then not help them get their name clear when BS happens. So if you don't like this part right here, then it just is what it is. Back to it. Combs Esteval, you were put in the studio with Lil Wayne? Ventura, yes. Esteval, and with Rick Ross and Pusha T. Am I forgetting any names? Ventura, you've gotten a lot of names. Esteval, you were self-conscious about your musical talent? Ventura, I wouldn't say that. Combs Esteval, you had a bad performance on 106 & Park. Ventura, early in my career. Esteval, you did music videos. Were they successful? Judge, may we have a brief sidebar? Combs Esteval, D-Rock was like a member of your family? Ventura, yes, like a brother. Esteval, did Sister Mia, you also had a friendship with her? Ventura, yes. Esteval, okay, here you begin with an explicit message and he responds with 1. You're actively sexting. Combs Esteval, you stated that you were feeling overwhelmed after filing your civil lawsuit, right? Ventura, yes. Esteval, you recently received a settlement from the Intercontinental? Ventura, no. Esteval, you made a demand? Ventura, yes. 10 million, maybe. Judge. Anything further? AUSA Johnson. I have just one question, Judge. I was asking Ms. Esteval. Can you wrap up in 2 minutes? Comes Esteval. This is the last thing I'll ask you to read, Ms. Ventura. Ventura, thank you. We need closure and understanding. AUSA Johnson. Why do you keep your devices? Ventura. I was afraid of what was on them. I wouldn't take them to the Apple store. Comes Esteval. One question. You just reached 10 million settlement with Intercontinental last week before trial? Objection. Overruled? Oh, shit. Ventura. Yes. Whoo-wee. That's crazy. So you've been on a suing path. And they gave your bread. Get your money, young lady. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. And that one, I'm with Cassie on that one 110%. Because y'all ain't supposed to be in none of these people's politics and hiding videos and all this crap and everything like that unless it's Ceddy Nash. You know, y'all catch me sprawled out on the floor because I couldn't handle my white Hennessy that night. But anyways, let's just get to it. During the break, Combs Agnifilo. We object to the testimony of the witness after the special agent, Don Richard. Judge, why is this coming up now at 3:30 p.m.? Going forward, you just address things before the courtroom. So why are submissions not in the docket? Judge Interim. AUSA Madison Smizer, good afternoon. Where do you work? Special Agent Yassine Bender, HSI, and the Human Trafficking Group, and the Crisis Negotiation Group too. AUSA, did you serve subpoenas in this case? Agent Bender, yes. Agent Schmeiser, pardon me. When Sean Combs was arrested, where did you go? Agent Bender. The Park Hyatt, room 2115, where he was staying. Photo entrance shown to jury. AUSA, what did you do? Agent Bender. We were assigned to each other room and began to search. Or we assigned a letter to each room and began to search. AUSA Schmeiser. What was your room? Agent Bender. I took photographs from time to time, then signed them on the 6051 form. AUSA. What was found in the closet? Photo shown plastic bags full of Johnson & Johnson baby oil and Astroglide bottles. Got him. You mean to tell me? Nigga, they said you had baby oil everywhere and you still carrying baby oil? Guilty, Judge. Guilty. AUSA Schmeiser. What was found in the bathroom? Agent Bender. Several bottles of baby oil. SUA. Now, in the bedroom, what was found in the Louis bag? Agent Bender. Medication in the name of Frank Black. Wow. Well played. AUSA Schmeiser. And that is Agent Bender. Bags of pink powder found in a medicine bottle. Stipulation shown agreeing that it was found and tested by Customer and Border Patrol Lab. AUSA, reading from Strip. The pink powder was found to be ketamine and MDMA in the bottle. Physical evidence is passed around to the jury, then photo shown. AUSA Schmeiser. What was found in a black mini pack bag? Agent Bender, $9,000. AUSA, please take the cash out of the bag and cash app it to Ceddy Nash, $ Ceddy Nash. Agent Bender does, fanning out the bills. AUSA Schmeiser. No further questions, Judge.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper.
Any cross? Combs, Tenny Gargos in the hotel room. Did you see any bags of clothing? Indicating that the woman was staying with him there? Agent Bender, yes. Judge, the U.S. may call this next witness. AUSA, Your Honor, the government calls Don Richard. Where are you from? Don Richard, New Orleans, Louisiana. AUSA, from 2004 to 2011, who did you work for? Don Richards. Puff, Sean Combs. AUSA, did you see him? Don Richards, yes. AUSA, who was depicted in this photo? Don Richard, Cassie. AUSA, in 2009, did you observe an incident between Puff and Cassie? Don Richard, she was attacked by Sean Combs, kicked. AUSA, did you see more violence by him against Cassie? Don Richard, often. Photo of Diddy, Dirty Money shown. AUSA, when were you a member of this group? Don Richard, 2009 to 2011. AUSA, the incident in 2009 when Sean Combs beat Cassie, where was it? Don Richard, in Sean Combs' LA home. We were recording. AUSA, what did he do? Don Richard, he was saying, where the fuck is my food? He grabbed a black skillet with eggs and tried to hit her over the head. Cassie dropped to the ground. AUSA, what did she do? Don Richard, she went into a fetal position. AUSA, then what? Don Richard, Sean Combs was kicking her in the head and body, then dragged her up to the first floor. Glass breaking and yelling. I was scared for her and for me too. AUSA, did you intervene? Don Richard, no. AUSA, did you call the police? Don Richard, no. AUSA, the next day, what happened? Don Richard, that it has been passionate and she was okay. That it would have been better if we didn't talk. That people could end up missing. AUSA, how did you understand that? Don Richard, death. Combs Agnifilo. Objection. Sidebar. Back from sidebar. Just Subramani. George, can you leave for the weekend? Watch the Yankees play, the Mets, or the Knicks? You can scratch out the Mets, though. Nobody care about them. If you're into sports, there's a lot going on. See you Monday. I could have sworn Monday was Memorial Day, but whatever. George, leave. Judge. Ms. Richards, you can leave. Judge. About the line of testimony, AUSA Comey. This shows consciousness of guilt for count one and relevant to count one, Agnifilum. It is not sex trafficking. It's domestic violence. Judge, why didn't you bring a motion in limine on this? Agnifilo. I didn't know. Combs Agnifilo. We cannot sit here and say Miss Ventura did anything because of this event because she didn't talk about this one. So this is rank speculation, Judge. But she was there, Agnifilo. She doesn't know the effect on Cassie Ventura. Judge, who are the next witnesses? AUSA Comey. Kerry Morgan, David James. Live thread will continue Monday with stories until then. And then I believe that he had something else that he had put out there. My freaking phone had messed up. So here you go right here. So that's it. I'll have word in a robing room with Mr. Comey and Miss Agnifilo. I don't need a court reporter. So where did that come from? Inner City Press by email, 10:30 a.m. in Chambers. Our own Subramanian, just Subramanian. Inner City Press has been covering the above captioned case, like many others, since its indictment. The morning before the jury came in, both the government and the defense referred to multiple communications to the court about evidentiary and other issues, but these are not in the public docket on PACER. The application letter motion argues that many, if not all, of these are judicial documents to which the public and press have right of access to. They should be put in the docket now and going forward in this trial. See, for example, Judge Oakstein's recent trial in USA versus Nunez. In which issues were in letters docketed overnight in real time, and ECF AUSA Slavic this morning referred to Judge Stein's Mendez trials. In both these letters, such issues went into the docket overnight in real time. If necessary, the fillers can make public argument for sealing under Logash versus Pyramid Company of Onondaga, whatever, which states the common law right of public access to judicial documents is firmly rooted in our nation's history. At a recent meeting of this court's media access committee, it was suggested that such requests should be made in writing by the district judge. I am copying the AUSA in defense, but it would seem to be up to the court docket, this and such filings, and to be direct the parties to file public letters going forward. Please docket this challenge for the sealing in this case as SDNY Judge Hellerstein, Castle, Caparoni, Furman, and others have done. CEG. Thank you. Respectfully submitted, Matthew Russell, Lee, Inner City. So basically, he's emailing for documents and stuff to be unsealed. So yeah, you know what he's doing, man. But bro, they give you a lot of leeway here. We want to start this one because this right here, I ain't gonna hold you. It get a little weird. They wanted to basically try to say, "Hey, man, she's been coerced." But when you have text messages that are essentially saying, "Bruh, she is like this," there's two cases to be made. This was already in her, or this is how she became because she's a victim of victimization and she took on her victimizer's mentality. So there's that. And then it gets more interesting because they didn't necessarily try to say, your testimony for this, where you offer certain things. I don't think the judge is going to let it in or the prosecution was going to basically try it. But I ain't going to hold you. If I'm the defense, obviously they're well paid and there's things that you just can't say. I would have did something like this. So would you have been a conspirator had you not essentially cooperated with the government?
Fuck all that shit he talking about. He did good reading that shit, though. You feel me? He did good breaking that bit down like that, reading that shit.
Stop training people in person to make money as a personal trainer. It's trash, garbage, sucks. Do online training instead.
Don't do none of that
At that
shit.
point, I knew she was she's lying. It wouldn't be no reason for me to get around each other. Look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy. She said, were you intimate with Tory Lanez? And she said,
Free Chris
what?
Breezy, man. Chris Brown in jail.
And then it was like, no. I was like, oh, she lying. At that point, I knew she was
Chris Brown locked up overseas.
lying. It wouldn't be no reason for me to get around each other.
You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z. Yes. You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and tortured the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Y'all, 50 Cent just pulled up with receipts showing how Jay-Z is allegedly behind Tory Lanez's suspicious stabbing in prison. And it looks like there's a whole lot of conspiracy going on here. In case you missed it, Tory got stabbed 14 times in prison a couple of days ago, and he was lucky to make it out alive. At first, we thought it was just a jailhouse altercation that got out of hand. But according to 50 Cent, Jay-Z allegedly put the hit on Tory. And if you're wondering why Jay-Z would do that, it's allegedly to protect Megan and her reputation. See, new evidence just came out that kind of proves that Tory did not shoot Megan and that he might have been convicted unfairly. Y'all, this drama is about to blow up all over again, so let's get into it. At this point, the Megan and Tory situation feels like a never-ending roller coaster. Every time it starts to quiet down, something even crazier pops off. And now Tory getting stabbed, that might just take this whole mess to a new level. It's giving drama that refuses to die. Like, how is this still unfolding? But according to reports, Tory suffered a prison yard stabbing so bad he needs hospital treatment. Tory was in the yard of California Correctional Institution at Tehachapi Monday morning when another inmate stabbed him. According to multiple sources, including one in law enforcement, it's unclear what the motive was for the attack, but one source tells us Tory was rushed by ambulance to a nearby civilian hospital in Bakersfield. The reports went on to say that Tory was attacked at a housing unit in California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi at about 7:20 a.m. Staff immediately gave him medical aid and called 911, and he was taken into an outside hospital. Then Tory's IG released a statement that said Tory was stabbed 17 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. When news of this broke, a lot of people didn't feel bad for Tory because they felt like it was his karma for shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. This person tweeted, "People feeling sorry for Tory Lanez is so funny. Just know that him being stabbed does not compare to him shooting Megan. She could have lost her life that night. Had the bullet went anywhere else, I don't feel bad at all for that creature." Well, according to 50 Cent, this was not just a random jailhouse fight that got messy, because let him tell it, it was a targeted hit. See, the man who stabbed Tory is a really bad guy who was in prison for one of the worst things you can imagine. And according to reports, the inmate who allegedly stabbed Tory Lanez in prison last week has been identified as Santino Cassio and is already serving life in prison with the possibility of parole. Cassio, 42, is being investigated for allegedly attacking the rapper at a housing unit in the California Correctional Institution, Tehachapi. Cassio's rap sheet is a mile long and dates back to 2004 when he was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted personal use of a dangerous or deadly weapon, and inflicting great bodily injury. But given his past of being a criminal and having a long time ahead of him in prison, it probably wouldn't take much for him to be incentivized to unalive someone in prison. Luckily for Tory, the hit was botched, and even though he was badly hurt, he survived. But why on earth would Jay-Z want to take Tory out? After all, the case is over. Tory's appeal was denied and the case is done. So why on earth was all this necessary? Well, allegedly, he's trying to protect Megan, because something new just popped up that might put the whole case in jeopardy and humiliate Megan all over again. Remember how on the night of the incident there were multiple people in the car? We had Tory, Megan, Megan's bestie Kelsey, and a bodyguard. Well, during the trial, the bodyguard conveniently went missing and was unable to give his testimony. But it looks like his conscience finally got the better of him, and he stepped out to claim that Tory never shot Megan because Kelsey did it. According to TMZ, Tory's lawyers claim that a bodyguard by the name of Bradley James overheard Kelsey admitting to actually firing the gun that shot Megan. James allegedly heard Kelsey say she fired the gun 3 times, in which Tory grabbed her arm and knocked it down, causing the weapon to fire 2 times more. Interestingly, though, during the trial, an eyewitness named Sean Kelly testified that he saw 2 women fighting before being broken up, which aligns with the newly submitted evidence. But that's not all, because multiple people are now speaking out about how unfair the entire trial was to Tory. Gianno Caldwell, a contributor to the New York Post, blamed former LA County DA George Gascon for railroading Tory during the trial and improperly using gun enhancement charges to paint Tory as a menace. Political strategist.
When the financial collapse happened in 2008, it was so painful, and I was forced to find a way to grow my business into something that couldn't.
Diane London echoed the Megan conspiracy claims while comparing Tory's plight to that of the Menendez brothers, who could be on the verge of being released despite admitting to killing their parents. She noted how no forensic evidence was found on the gun that shot Meg and says it was determined there was a 0.001% chance Tory's DNA was on the gun. Well, 50 Cent is now claiming that there is a big conspiracy going on and that Tory's stabbing was not a coincidence. I mean, think about it. What are the odds that there was an attempt on his life only a few hours before some new evidence came out that could exonerate him? Yeah, 50 Cent is not buying it. But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that Megan is lying or that she set Tory up. For one, she was walking away from the car when she was shot, so there was no way for her to know that it wasn't Tory who shot her. And given that she was arguing with him before getting out of the car, it's kind of understandable that she would believe that he shot her, especially because she had been besties with Kelsey for so long. Why would she believe her friend would do something like that? Plus, Megan never filed a lawsuit against Tory for shooting at her. The charges actually came from the state, not Megan. And in the days right after the shooting, she didn't even name who shot her. When the police showed up at the scene, she told them she stepped on some broken glass instead. But things took a turn when Tory and his team allegedly started spreading false stories about her. That seemed to be the last straw for Megan. She finally had enough and decided to put him on blast during an Instagram Live, telling her side of the story. So worry about it. Yes, this Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? Things got out of hand after that, and there were rumors that Jay-Z allegedly stepped in to manipulate the case because he was trying to protect Megan, who was signed to Roc Nation. Tory himself claimed that he was threatened by someone from Roc Nation, who told him to keep quiet and don't speak about the case.
2 days after that, I get a call from Roc Nation that says, yo, we heard you're gonna make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement.
But Tory didn't stay quiet. He denied shooting Megan and offered up his own version of what happened. According to him, things started going left when Kelsey, who he was supposedly seeing at the time, found out he and Megan had been secretly hooking up. And the wild part, Tory claimed that Megan knew all along about his situation with Kelsey. He said that once Kelsey found out she was more mad at Megan than him, that's when everything blew up. A big argument broke out in the car, and from there, things just spiraled until it ended with Megan getting shot. Of course, that story didn't sit right with Megan's fans. Social media went crazy, and everybody started taking sides and arguing who was telling the truth. Now, Tory's version completely clashed with what Megan had said, and the whole situation just kept getting messier. He tweeted, "Good D had me messing with 2 best friends and I got caught. That's what I apologize for. It's sick how you spun it though." After Megan came out and said Tory was the one who shot her, everything blew up. He got arrested but didn't stay in jail long since he was let out on a $350,000. $1,000 bail. As a part of the deal, he wasn't allowed to speak at all about the case publicly, and the court made it clear he had to stay far away from Megan. But even before things went to trial, Megan was already catching a ton of heat.
Why don't you own apartment buildings? Seriously, why don't you own these big apartment buildings? And I get it.
People started turning on her fast, calling her a liar, saying she was trying to ruin Tori's career. The backlash wasn't just a few trolls online. It was loud, nonstop, and coming from all directions. Social media was brutal. Some fans switched up on her, and even folks in the industry threw shade. A few artists like Drake even dropped songs suggesting she made the whole thing up. She opened up about this in an interview where she said, "In some kind of way, I became the villain. I don't know if people don't take it seriously because I seem strong. I'm trying every day to get through it and be good. I feel so bad because I don't feel like anybody's taking me seriously, but I don't want them to see me cry. I don't want them to know that I feel like this because I don't want them to feel like, oh, I got you. Oh, I'm breaking you." She also revealed that she wanted Tory to be punished, saying, "I want him to go to jail. I want him to go under the jail act." But by the time the trial finally started in December 2022, things were already a complete mess. Even though it wasn't televised, the drama still felt like something straight out of a soap opera. Tory's legal team came at Megan with everything they had. They weren't exactly playing fair. Her personal life was picked apart in court, and even without cameras, details were leaking left and right, so the public still got front row seat to all the chaos. Tory's defense strategy seemed less about proving his innocence and more about tearing Megan down. They pushed this idea that she was jealous or whatever was going on between him and Kelsey, and they tried to twist the story to make her look like the aggressor. They even went so far as to throw around claims about her being with multiple men in the industry, clearly trying to shame her and damage her reputation. And Tory's team kept pushing hard and brought Kelsey in as a major witness, hoping her testimony would back up their side. But Kelsey and Megan used to be super close, but everything fell apart after the shooting. So when Kelsey got on the stand, she shared some pretty surprising info. She said that Kylie Jenner had only invited her and Megan to that party, and it was actually Megan who had invited Tory along.
We have to come kill the streets for 5 minutes. So what? Tori, don't get my phone wet.
Well, needless to say, Tory was eventually found guilty, and that's when they really dragged Jay-Z into the case, accusing him of bribing the jury. Tory's dad, who had been vocal throughout the entire ordeal, went on a passionate rant outside the courthouse, accusing Jay-Z and Roc Nation of using their influence to sway the legal process. He took things a step further, alleging that Jay-Z was directly involved in getting Tory convicted, claiming that Jay-Z had had a hand in ensuring Tory's guilty verdict.
I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole
Jay-Z of buying off his witness, Sean Kelly. He said that after Sean met
and Alex bought.
They met on Saturday before. They
met with our witness.
Well, Tory's dad did not hold back either. He went on to accuse Jay-Z of buying off his witness, Sean Kelly. He said that after Sean met with some people from Roc Nation, he started to act totally different. And Sean had originally given testimony that seemed to help Tory, but then this attitude shifted, and Tory's dad thinks he was either influenced or straight up paid off. It was pretty bold of a claim and added even more drama to the situation. And Tory's side was basically saying there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than anybody realizes, like Jay-Z and Roc Nation messing with the case behind closed doors. And that just made the whole thing feel even more complicated and intense.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Taw and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They met on Saturday.
With our witness.
Well, Tory ended up getting sentenced to 10 years in prison, but his dad just wouldn't let it go. He's convinced that Jay-Z has been behind all of this from the start, pulling the strings behind the scenes, and according
Welcome to Trade Zero America, designed for active traders who want more. Trade U.S. stocks and ETFs with power, precision, and flexibility. Buy, sell, short from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Welcome back, kings and queens. Y'all, I tend to like to do things in decency and in order, but I had to kick this out to you in real time. Mark my words, mark my words. This is going to be the trial of a century. And when we think about, watch this, give me 1 second. When we think about obtain, first of all, you know how this world works. If you understand anything about these celebrities, obtain, they acquired, they secured the video. I am of strong belief that it came from Diddy's camp. And the reason why I say I'm very, very, very heavily inclined to believe that it came from Diddy's camp is because I got my hands on audio. And I don't know if I want to share it today of a phone call from Diddy to his son, where Diddy is asking his son, did Jay get back to you? And his son responded, no, Pops, he ghosted. Diddy say, oh, he ghosted? He goes, yeah. Diddy then begins to give his son instructions under the code. I need you to take out the rest of the pizza boxes. No, listen, I kid you not. But I was like, do I want to share that? And I probably won't share it yet until I am able to connect the dots to figure out exactly what that means. Okay. Diddy seemed to feel some kind of way on that call regarding Jay-Z ghosting his son and not returning a phone call. And I believe Diddy is sending a message. I believe the chickens have come home to roost. And let me call out the names. This is very, very strategic. I think it's a threat. I believe it's a threat. Let's call out the names. We have Wiz Khalifa. Oh, we have Chris Brown. We have A$AP Rocky. We have French Montana. And y'all, we got so many more in this video. Okay. Let me just give you a little bit of commentary before I share the video. Listen and look at all the men in the video. All the men in the video. Watch this. And I'm going to call this the family. I think Diddy is sending a strong message as he gears up for the federal charges, which is he's being criminally charged with, right? You have the sex tape and just the freakiness of it all and his relationship with Cassie. That's one thing. But when we think about RICO, racketeering, all of that, sex trafficking, this man is not going down by himself. And I can tell you that because he's a Scorpio. You're not going to play with a Scorpio. And can we all agree that Diddy is indeed evil? But I think the part that we forgot to add is he's an evil genius. He documented everything for a reason. And when you look at this tape, those are his people filming. Those are the people he hired, okay? He paid for this footage. He owns the footage. Nobody else could have gotten this but him because it was his producers, his videographers. Y'all, he leaked this tape on purpose. He's sending a strong message. We're going to get into it, okay? For those of you who are just tuned in or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television. But most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
All right, let's go. TMZ just dropped a bombshell with this video. And TMZ, my question to you is, whose pocket are you in? I think TMZ works for the highest bidder. You know, they are a news outlet, and I think whoever writes the biggest check, that's who they prioritize. So as the first week of testimony in the Diddy trial draws to a close, TMZ has quote unquote obtained. Okay, somebody slid this tape over to them. They have obtained more never before seen footage of Diddy and his A-list pals chilling and chowing down on some Thanksgiving dinner in 2017. That's a year before Kim Porter lost her life. It says, check out the footage. Diddy is hosting Thanksgiving dinner at his LA mansion, and the guest list is just insane. TMZ, who paid you to write this? Chris Brown and Wiz Khalifa can be seen on a couch chatting with some folks, and both seem to be having a good old time. Now, I wanna Well, keep this in mind before I play the video. I don't believe any of the men brought a date. Okay, so the women you see are either Diddy's assistants or his family members. Usher is also in the house at one point. The R&B singer is seen shaking hands with Diddy, who is smiling brightly as the two shoot the shit. A$AP Rocky is also among the many guests, bringing along his own camera to document Turkey Day 2017 at the Diddy abode. Rocky moves around the beautiful compound asking people what they're wearing. Usher responds, "These old things, I just pulled them out in the closet and put them on." Now, have you noticed? Listen, pay attention to what TMZ is doing. They called out Wiz Khalifa. They called out Chris Brown. They called out Usher. Okay, they just said they were there. They just gave you very brief, okay, they were there. But when it gets to A$AP Rocky, they are very detailed with what he's doing. My question is, does Diddy have an issue with A$AP Rocky? And if so, what's the issue? Let's get into it. Damn. Hold on. Let's get into it. The video ends with Diddy and the guests waiting for French Montana. Did I call out his name? Waiting for French Montana to appear so Diddy can give the blessing before they eat. When French finally shows up, Diddy has the entire room join hands and say a prayer. During a portion of it, Diddy says, "This year has been a very, very interesting year. I want to give thanks to the Almighty for just blessing us and opening our eyes this year, making us understand how strong and magnificent we are. We as in a family." What was happening in 2017? I'm going to have to go back.
Home is where we do the things we love with the people we love. So what if we live tomorrow in the same place as we did yesterday? With help, we can. Home instead for a better what's next.
What if you can create your own website by saying, "This is what I want"? With Wix, you can.
I feel like there's a hidden message in this. Everybody in that room knew what he was talking about, but do we know what he's talking about as he references the year of 2017 that French Montana would be aware of, Chris Brown would be aware of, Wiz Khalifa will be made aware of. Who else? Who else was there? Usher, and also Andre Harrell is in here. Andre Harrell is in this video. Worth noting, Cassie, Diddy's former longtime girlfriend, is not seen in any of the footage. Of course she's not, because listen, that's a whole different conversation, and I am going to break that thing down and peel it back like an onion tomorrow. Okay, I promise you, tomorrow on Saturday, I am going to document an entire segment dedicated to Diddy and why I feel he hated Cassie. So much so that he refused to celebrate any holidays with her, y'all. Thanksgiving, Christmas, none of that. She got none of that. He completely placed her in a box where she was a sex slave. So you're not going to see her. Oh shit, in which Diddy savagely beat Cassie in LA's Intercontinental Hotel. So okay. Year later. But okay, I'll come back to that because I'm a very technical person. Did Usher, did Chris Brown, did Wiz Khalifa, did French Montana have knowledge of this? I don't know. As the world, because we didn't even know about the video until 2013.
And Gina, I needed you to put me first. Oh no, she said, I didn't need you to take care of me. I didn't need you to take care of Kim, Sarah, and Gina. I needed you to put me first. I just don't trust you anymore. That last shot.
Fuck is this nigga talking about? Yep. Cassie cheated on her husband with Diddy before she got the 20. Because Diddy ran the city. It's game 6. I don't know. I feel like the Knicks finna fuck it up. I just feel like the Knicks is finna fuck it up. If they lose this, it's over with. If the Knicks lose this game, it's over with, bro. Do I want to watch that game? I really don't give a fuck about watching that game. Cut it out.
With Summer Daddy, why y'all not together no more? Because like he was, he was fucking up, he wasn't ready, and I was trying to be a woman and work through things, and he wasn't ready. So then I was like, "Fuck it," and I left.
Got to.
It say take a shot if you like golden
What you
showers. I do.
said?
Golden shower.
With Summer Daddy, why y'all not together no more? Because like he was, he was fucking up, he wasn't ready, and I was trying to be a woman and work through things, and he wasn't ready. So then I was like, "Fuck it," and I left.
Got to.
It say take a shot if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Sweet.
Giving that pissy. You giving me pissy.
Trina was even like, bitch. Trina was the biggest freak ever, bro. And for Trina to be looking like, bitch, this is a new generation for sure. Trina was looking like, what?
Pee on me. What pee? Pee on you. Period. Period. Hashtag pee on you. Pee on you. Period. Pee on you. Period.
This shitty.
Pee on you. Period. Pee on you. Period. God.
Any day hoe. I'd rather be pissy than pissy any day hoe. Like I mother
pissy hoe, you rank.
You short get
you rank. When you walk on stage and pop on the ground.
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first, but he's let his own dental care take a backseat. Time for a shift.
Y'all, the feds just subpoenaed Young Miami to testify about Diddy's freaky activities, and she is in panic mode. Y'all, remember how Miami used to brag about how she and Diddy go together real bad and used to go on and on about how she was never leaving Diddy? Well, the feds are now using her own words against her, because she is now being forced to testify about her and Diddy's golden showers. The crazy part is that we don't even know the half of it yet, and there are reports that things are way worse than we will ever know. And get this, the streets are saying that the feds are not giving Miami full immunity. So there's a chance that she might be getting a prison cell right beside Diddy's. This trial is heating up, so let's break down this insanity. Okay, so Diddy's trial has officially started, and as expected, it's chaotic. We already knew that it was going to be messy, given how wild the jury selection process was. It went on for an entire week, and a lot of celebs were dragged into it from the very first day. According to reports, the jury was also given names of high-profile names like rappers Kid Cudi and Kanye West, Destiny's Child singer Michelle Williams, actors Mike Myers and Lauren London, and singer Dawn Richard, who was previously signed to Combs Bad Boy Records. That was the moment we knew that we were up for something insane. And when Cassie took the stand to give her testimony against Diddy, it was wild. Now, there are no cameras allowed in the courtroom, so we don't have direct access to see what's happening in real time, like we saw in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. But several reporters have been telling us about what happened during the trial, so we still know what's going on. While being cross-examined by the prosecutor, she admitted that Diddy would force her to do freak-offs, even when she was on her period. The prosecutor also asked her, "Did you want to be urinated on?" And Cassie replied, "No, I did not want it." The prosecutor then asked her how it felt, and she replied, "It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it." When asked why she choked and if she wanted Diddy to pee in her mouth, she replied, "Too much urine in my mouth. I didn't want anyone to urinate on me. It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men. That's nasty AF. Now, before some people start talking about kink shaming, What grown adults do in their bedrooms is their business. But the thing is, this was not a consensual experience between the parties involved. Cassie was forced to do things that she did not want to do, and that's the issue here. So this isn't about kink shaming him. It's about him being cruel. Anywho, this got interesting when one of the escorts said that Cassie was the one who asked him to take a leak on her. In court documents, he said, "So Cassie was actually the one that asked me to urinate on her. They had just come out of the room and she asked me if I had ever done that before, and I said no. And she told me to do it. And apparently, I was doing it wrong because they both stopped me and told me that I was supposed to let a little out at a time and not go full take a leak on her." However, given how much control Diddy has over Cassie, it's not surprising that she's claiming that he allegedly forced her to do that, considering that he also allegedly forced her to hire escorts from Craigslist and Backpage and other sites. So if he forced her to do all that, then you can imagine that he also forced her to tell the escort to take a leak on her. Interestingly, this is how Diddy's side piece, Young Miami, got caught in the drama, because she has admitted in the past to enjoying golden showers with Diddy.
Got to. It say take a shower. If you like golden showers, I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak. Freak of the week. Huh? So you say take a shot. You say take a shot. Oh,
Yeah, I take a shot.
You like golden shower?
I do.
But
It's
like peeing on you.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just do
I'm gonna be honest. Hold on.
Yeah, they say that. I don't know, but I don't had to go to shower and I like.
I give them golden shower, huh? But I've never experienced that. I'm all about trying new things though. Golden shower.
It's fun.
Yeah,
like, you know when you drunk and you just
they just peeing all over your body.
You just like pee in your butt. I don't know.
And then y'all still have sex after.
It depends. Like you can pee on me in the shower. You can pee on me like once you come. Like it just depends.
So it's not surprising that Miami is tied up in this, especially given how much she bragged about how she and Diddy went together real bad. Chilly. All this trouble for a man who never claimed her as his official girlfriend is just insane. The most he did was call her his shoddy wop. When she asked him what they were, he just said that they were messing around.
So what we is?
We date. We dating. We go have dates. And we friends.
Okay.
We go to exotic locations. We have great times.
But for some reason, this didn't give Miami the ick, and she kept insisting that Diddy was hers. In an interview with Pop Sugar, she even claimed that she was going to marry him, saying, "People don't know us. They don't know what the F we got going on." I'm in there like, shut the F up. Y'all don't know what we have going on. Me and him gonna be married. Boom. No, I'm just saying. But when Diddy welcomed his baby in 2022, she suddenly switched up and said,
Hey, if you live in one of these cities right here, why don't you own an apartment building? Seriously, let me show you a path that can...
"That's not my man.
was a
He's
new
free to
cat.
do what he wants. I'm not in a relationship. My focus is building my brand right now. I've been through a lot these past 3 years. I'm just having fun." To nobody's surprise, her resolve didn't last very long because she soon went back to Diddy. And on New Year's Day, she posted several Instagram pictures of them together and also tweeted, "Bringing in the new year with my favorite person." So it was clear that she never really left him. Well, things got worse for her when she was accused of threatening Diddy's side piece, Guna Huing, with what kind of sounds like a freak off. She said, "If I wanted you to eat my pee, Diddy would have had you on your knees. You a eater. Gina, you've been down bad ever since I came into the picture. You've been crying for a baby for 10 years. You've been around as a bee that eat P and D when he feel like it. You a eater. You the same bee that was crying on Tasha K because you wanted a baby pour sushi." This kind of sounded like she was threatening Gina with a freak off, and it got her dragged for filth. And she started crashing alongside Diddy. What made things worse is that Gina once sat down with Tasha K to talk about how Diddy allegedly hurt her and put his hands on her when they were together.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 3-4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was abusive. He was like always belittling me and always like he was like
Damn,
mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
She also claimed that when she got pregnant, he forced her to get rid of it.
When we spoke the other
Damn.
night, you said that things had gotten so serious that you became pregnant. Not once, but twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay. So this was like what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
was
wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me.
Whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
Even worse, she was named in Lil Rod's lawsuit as one of Diddy's escort, if you catch my drift. The court documents said Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee work as Mr. Combs' adult workers and received payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, which outlined defendants' ongoing criminal operation. This isn't all that shocking, but then, knowing what we know about Diddy and Miami's relationship, it's not all that surprising. But the real spicy tea was the claim that Miami allegedly used to move substances for Diddy. According to the court documents, plaintiff and the Combs RICO enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Westival. In Virginia, the court filing reads, Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of coke in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Combs wanted two side, but Brendan forgot it. So defendant Christina Coram called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. Well, the next thing we knew, Miami immediately distanced herself from Diddy. At first, we thought it was because she had a strong moral compass and was horrified about the things that Diddy was accused of doing. But as it turns out, the reason she dipped was that he had his money tied up in fighting the lawsuits and had no money left for her monthly sugar baby payments. According to a source, Diddy is no longer paying Young Miami's bills. The friend told us that Diddy had been paying for private flights, shopping sprees, and rent for a luxury Miami penthouse. Now Diddy has cut those expenses. Diddy still bought Young Miami a Christmas gift, but he's not as generous as he once was, the source continued. Diddy is not in a good place mentally either. He can really use someone like Carisha in his life. She really does care about him, not just his money. But the money is important, yes. So he has to start paying again if he wants her companionship. And just when we thought that she was finally breaking free from Diddy.
50 Cent crazy as hell, man.
When I heard I was approved by One Main, I was very relieved. I was ecstatic. I just felt like a ton of weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am Thaddeus Bullard, aka WWE Legend. Titus O'Neil here, and I just made a really cool addition to my home.
She was named in a lawsuit against Diddy, where she was accused of bullying one of Diddy's victims to the point where the other woman had a miscarriage. The court documents state that the victim, who chose to stay anonymous and file as a Jane Doe, was reportedly coerced into taking substances at Diddy's house. It said, in July of 2022, Jane Doe traveled at defendant Combs' command to his home in Los Angeles. While in defendant Combs' bathroom, Jane Doe was compelled to ingest an unknown substance. Jane Doe later learned it was or contained the drug and or other substances, which caused Jane Doe to black out and lose consciousness intermittently throughout the night. Jane Doe did not consent to ingesting ketamine and or other substances. She went on to claim that while she passed out from the substances, she woke up with bruises all over her body, indicating that something bad had happened to her while she was passed out. She wrote, Combs would make her perform a show for him and would ply her with alcohol and substances until she passed out. It went on. She would wake up with bruising and injuries, but with no recollection of how she sustained her injuries. This continued until July of 2024. Y'all, July was just a few months ago, and it looks like even with all the lawsuits and the feds raiding his homes, Diddy was still allegedly throwing freak-offs. Chile, this man was out here wilding. The victim went on to claim that she eventually got pregnant with Diddy's baby, which caused Young Miami to allegedly bully her until she had a miscarriage. The document said, shortly thereafter, Jane Doe took a pregnancy test, which was positive. The lawsuit against Diddy continues. Jane Doe informed defendant Combs of the positive test. Trisha Brownlee, defendant Combs' associate, harassed Jane Doe by repeatedly calling her and telling Jane Doe to have a termination. Jane Doe suffered a miscarriage and did not speak to defendant Combs or his team for approximately 3 months. But wait, it gets messier, because it turns out that Young Miami's family members were in on her shenanigans as well. According to Lil Rod's lawsuit, Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs sent her in there to SA Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing oral action on Mr. Jones's exposed privates. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. It continued. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones's rejection, as she proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have intimacy with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. The document said, on another occasion in Miami, Florida, on Thanksgiving night of 2022, Mr. Combs asked Mr. Jones and DeForest Taylor to enter the studio bathroom. He asked them for a $100 bill because he wanted them to do nose candy with him. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily, he didn't have a $100 bill. So Mr. Combs waited a little later to do nose candy with Young Miami. Oh, and remember the golden showers that she said she loved? She recently backtracked on her words and denied that she ever had golden showers with Diddy. She said, I never said he was the one I did that with. Intimacy is a part of life. I'm grown, and maybe I talk about it too much, but everybody's got their personal experiences. Some people get pooped on. Some people live life on the edge. Some people boring AF. I watch a lot of girls get peed on. If we grown and we in the house just chilling and want to talk about intimacy, what's wrong with that? She even tried to claim that Diddy never paid her or give her money month and that it was a made-up story by the internet. She tweeted, something the internet made up and y'all ran with it? Ninjas don't even pay that for child support. Why TF would a ninja ever pay me $250,000 for? For what? Well, now, she is also claiming that the golden showers thing never happened, and she just made it up to promote her drinking game. She tweeted, do you remember why you fell in love with me? And someone responded, when I found out you loved getting peed on. Miami then tweeted, I was playing. A ninja never ever peed on me. I did that to promote my card game, and it did exactly what I needed to do. But that was also a fat lie, because she admitted she loved the golden showers during an Instagram live with Swasi Santana. And that was way before she started selling the card games.
Giving that pissy. You giving me pissy stage, you bitch. Pee on me. What's pee? Pee on you, period. Period. Hashtag pee on you. Pee on you, period. Pee on you, period. This shitty pee on you, period. Pee on you, period. Any day how I rather be pissy than pissy any day how like I mother pissy how you rank. Your shorts get you rank. When you walk on stage and pop the ground pissy.
To make things worse, a blind item recently came out that exposed Miami's golden showers with Diddy, revealing that there are videos in certain circles that show her getting showered. The blind item said, "It is quite interesting that the golden shower loving ex of the producer / wannabe rapper suddenly decides to pretend she wasn't a part of everything he had been doing to people. Is she forgetting all the audio and video with her there? So yeah, it's not surprising that the feds are now bringing her to talk about the golden showers and how Diddy allegedly forced women to get leaked on against their will for his own benefit. And it looks like Miami might want to keep a lawyer on retainer, because word on the streets is that the feds aren't giving her full immunity unless her testimony helps, then send Diddy to prison. So it's either Diddy goes to prison or she does. Yeah, this is about to get insane, and we're going to keep an eye on it to see how it all plays out. In the meantime, drop your thoughts in the comments, and then check out this next video.
Hey, did you know that 97% of business owners say that inconsistent revenue is their biggest challenge? Wow. 3% call revenue completely predictable. Imagine that. My name's Grant Cardone. I've been consulting with business owners for 40 years. I have found the #1 cause of unpredictable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ali Sadiq.
I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365.